friends. It is Cari, aka Cypress. So I am trying out, just testing what it's like to record while I'm driving. So safety first. I am not going to look over there. I just wanted to make sure that it was indeed recording. And I understand the setup is not great. Again, that's because I'm just testing to see if I can even do this. So right now I am, Cecily is here too. We are heading to Roxy Hero's house. It's always funny talking about him, actually. This was just something in my head. So he's my boyfriend, but we've known each other for 17 years. We dated for 4.5 years. We broke up, stayed best friends, rekindled, talked about getting back together for a year, actually did get together almost now a year, like officially. You know, so we are planning things, but we haven't announced anything yet, so I'm not announcing anything on this channel. But so it just feels weird to call him my boyfriend, so I always call him my life partner because, like, we're ride or die, we know each other, right? But then that feels weird because I don't want people to think I'm encroaching on anyone else's terminology. So it's like, but you can't say man friend. That doesn't sound right, you know? But he's not a boy, and I'm not a girl. I mean, I don't know, I still consider myself a girl, but I'm a woman, you know? I'm old, I have to accept that. Which leads me into the other thing, is that this whole experience is all about me feeling like I'm an imposter. And I also apologize. I hope the volume is okay. I'm trying to project because I don't know how well it'll pick up. I don't have any secondary microphone or anything. So I hope you guys can hear, but I don't know. It's a little bit rainy as well. So, but yeah, this is just a straight shot to him. So I can drive nice and safe in the right lane and just go straight for like 40 miles and then I'm at his house. So it's a great tester for what we're doing. So yeah, so this is, like I said, it's a test run. I will be starting my internship. I'm recording this on a Saturday, and I will be starting an internship on that Monday. I have 2 other internships that said yes, like officially I will be with them, but we haven't had any start date yet for those. So a lot of stuff is kind of, you know, up in the air, but exciting. I'm very excited. I also have part-time jobs sort of lined up. I've heard unofficially that I will be offered something, but on an official basis, I have not heard anything. Hi, Sassy. You gonna say hi to people? Someone got pulled over here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, shit, man. There's like a whole ass accident. Okay. We are now into 1-lane territory. There's a really bad, I don't know, it doesn't look like a really bad accident, but there are like 2 cop cars, so who knows. So we are going to be stop and go. Lovely. But anyway, yeah, so yeah, I'm excited. I feel ironically kind of like how I did you know, back when in my college days. No, sorry, she wants to get on my lap. She hates, it's so funny, dogs, like, they're great at night and when you drive really fast, but if they can see out the windows and if you are like this, stop and go, suddenly they hate it. So anyway, it's weird, but so yes. So anyway, sorry, so I feel like kind of like college, you know, or just like early adulthood times where like that, like I worked 2 jobs, or one time I even literally was working 4 jobs because they're all like piecemeal, you know, and that does fit my personality more, but then I want the like good benefits and PTO and health insurance, you know, all that kind of stuff. Excuse me, I'm gonna have coffee breath. So, you know, it's just like, I just have to embrace it, and that's what I'm doing. And so just kind of falling back into it, this all kind of incorporates, this is something I wanted to say, but I wasn't sure how to say it in my other video that we'll be posting earlier on Monday. I think I'm gonna just schedule this to be posting Monday afternoon, just so you can kind of like get the idea, whatever, because this is a bonus. But if I post this before that other one, then no one knows what the hell I'm talking about. I might not even post this, but I think I will, and I think it'll be mostly unedited. Wow, 3 cop cars, 4 cars pulled over. I don't see any damage on the cars though, so I'm not sure what happened, but okay. At least everyone looks safe. It does not look like there were any, well, definitely no casualties. It doesn't look like anyone even got hurt, so that's good. Maybe they broke down. I don't know why it takes 3 cops to call a tow truck, but none of my business. Anyway, so yeah, so I want to get back in like 2008. YouTube had just come out in like 05 or 06 or something like that. So it was kind of new, the idea of putting yourself out there. Even as a kid, Phil Harbour and I would record ourselves on like, a VHS and just do like silly skits and stuff for ourselves. We would never have put that out in public. So it was always something I've always kind of grown up with. I've always wanted to be an entertainer, so it was always funny coming up with these skits. I have tried for a few different attempts of trying to get that footage digitally so I could share it. I've not given up on it, but I don't know at this point if it's even any good, like if the actual VHS tape is like usable, because after a while it can like melt and disintegrate and stuff. So it's not been that long, but it has gone through a few moves and stuff, Anyway, so, but like back in the day, I did stuff because it was fun and I didn't expect anyone to see it. And now I've gotten into such, I call it a perfectionist mentality. I know what I put out there is not perfect, but I feel like it needs to be as polished and professional as possible, because I want to show that I'm serious about entertaining. But then that kind of takes away a little bit, the polish takes away the authenticity. So like, I've never lied or been inauthentic or disingenuous, but I've always been like, okay, this is what I'm going to talk about. This is what I'm going to say. I'm not going to, be brutally honest with my feelings, that kind of stuff. It was very rare if I did. And so that kind of mentality just kind of goes through it. So like that, like I just got out of the shower. I'm testing to see if my hair can do the curly girl method. So right now I just have some curling stuff in my hair to see if it will curl. I was successful one time, and then the second time my hair, like, it looked like I had straightened it. I'm like, I don't understand what I did. I put another thing in it anyway. So I'm testing that stuff out. And yeah, so I just have like, I put on mascara and like, I do my eyebrows, but I only, so my right now my beauty care is I wash my face, I put on retinol, and then I put it's like a primer, but it also is just like a glow. Like, you don't have to use it for makeup, you could just use it. I used to use that at bedtime, but now I put it on if I don't put any other makeup stuff on. I have very sensitive skin, so I can't use anything that has SPF in it. There's like literally one thing I have, and it's like, it basically is sunscreen but for your face kind of thing or whatever. That's the only thing I can use so far. Everything else makes me blotchy, and like it itches, it like affects my face. So I have to be very careful about what I use. So right now I've just like, I had like all these products. I've cut back a lot, and I'm just seeing. I also have a little bit of rosacea, I think, and so that's why like my skin, like I constantly look like I'm blushing. It's just how my face is. Hi, Sissy. She's complaining because she doesn't have any love. I don't think she likes when I talk to a camera. But anyway, so, like, it's just that kind of stuff where it's like, well, I can't show myself because, there are several times where like, oh, I would love to record, or, oh, I have an idea, like, and I could totally make a TikTok or something, but I'm like, I don't have any makeup on. Like, even if people watch this, they're going to think I'm ugly, and not that, like that, like, I don't necessarily, I'm not trying to impress anybody. I just want to not like gross anybody out, but like, I don't know, in a weirdest ways, right? Like, I don't know, like it's hard to explain, but you don't want people that you try to look put together to see your stuff. Like, it's one thing like that, I'll be silly and I'll post to TikTok or something, but then I'll be interviewing with a really great client, and what if he says, oh, hey, I checked out your TikTok. Like, to a certain extent, you have to realize different platforms, you're going to act differently. LinkedIn and TikTok are two very different platforms, but it's just like, I don't want to be judged in that way. Not that I would say anything, I've said this before on my YouTube channel, like I don't say anything that would get me canceled or, that kind of stuff. It's just like immature. Like no one wants to see you dressed up as, a Barbie doll unless you're, it's during Halloween, right? So like, that's kind of the stuff I have to get over. And that's what I mean by like imposter. Like, I just feel like I am trying too hard to not try hard. And when I'm in person, when I don't have the camera on me, like I do think I am entertaining to a degree. I'm not like a comedian, but I make sure everyone around me has a good time. And I think they do based on feedback and being invited to things, I always try to stay positive. But then when you put a camera in front of me, it's like I have to actually try. I can't just exist. And so that's what I'm trying to kind of erase. I've tried so hard to do it everybody else's way, like I said, cookie cutter, and it just doesn't work for me. So for example, I changed for 2023, I changed my branding for my voiceover career. I changed it to the champagne of voiceover. And I did that because a coach that I really admire and I still really respect and admire told me to change it. And it didn't help my stuff. Arguably it could have hurt. I don't really know. It's coincidence that I lost all my clientele this year. But last year, when I was the voice of fairy tales, that has always been my thing. My last name is Italian for fable or fairy tale. It's plural, so it is literally the voice. It's my voice. It's the voice of fairy tales. Fable. The voice of fable voice. So it's actually favole, but my grandfather Americanized it when he came over with his father from Italy. So so that's always been my thing. And then like I was told, well, don't pigeonhole yourself. Okay, but now I'm not getting anything. So, it's like if I'm not booking anything, I might as well stay true to who I am. I'm a self-published author of 3 books. One of my podcasts, I keep getting people writing and they're like, hey, I like your thing. And I'm like, I put that on like hiatus, it's like done. The reading with Cari, it was all about fairy tales, so like I mostly do children's entertainment stuff. And then of course I do like my gaming channel, but everything professional that I've done has been for children. So why wouldn't I be the voice of fairy tales? Yeah, I might be pigeonholing myself, but I want to work in animation and video games. And at this point, since I can't trust that I can book bread and butter of, commercials and explainer videos and webinar, because of, the AI clause. And then also just because I don't sound like how people want, I guess, it's just like, that's the truth of it. So why not? If I'm going to get a different job and I'm going to focus on a different career, then I might as well only audition for things that I want to do and not because I have to get paid for it. It kind of like goes back to just being a hobby and being a passion of mine instead of, but I'm not necessarily an amateur because I have, I worked professionally as a voiceover artist. I've paid bills, like I've said before, I've paid down my credit card debt. Like I have no debt because I was able to pay it off using as a side hustle voiceover. So I've done it for 10 years, but, now I'm trying to, because it is all about networking and connections. And so I'm hoping by finding another stable job, like if I could actually be a producer at a studio, so it's not just contract work, that would be ideal. And then through that, if I could connect with, if we are like an animation studio or we do this kind of stuff, and I can have those connections, well, then suddenly I might be getting those auditions for animation, cartoons, video games, anime, whatever. And then I can start, because that's what I've been told. It's all, I have to network. I have to market myself in that way. I have to connect with people. And it's exhausting when there's the business behind it. It's no longer organic and doing it because of the excitement for the project and just the love of acting, then suddenly it's, well, I have to take Cecily to the vet. So I have to make sure I get, I book this amount. And that's sucked the joy out of it. The business side sucked the joy out of the art. And So I have a lot writing on this internship, all 3 of them really. I'm just kind of putting feelers out there to see, I always am the type who overplans things. And so I've seen in the future of, well, if this goes to this, then that could be an option. If this does this, that could be an option. Worst case scenario, all the internships end, I have nothing. But then I didn't lose anything. I lost a couple of months, but I wasn't getting a job, in production, or project management, in a construction work anyway. That's not what I want to do. I didn't get my certification just to, be a project manager. I wanted to work in the entertainment industry, and I wanted to use the skills and the tools that I have, So that's what I wanted to say. I don't know. It's just like that, getting back into the habit of just pushing record and not thinking about it, and just sharing my life, because I think that's, when YouTube started, it was a very casual thing where you could connect with people, and then it started getting really professional, and then people started really upping their production quality and everything, and now it's just basically a mini, cable kind of thing. But it is, people are saying, the trend is going back to more just genuine, stop with all this super professional stuff, which, to a degree, obviously you still need to have great, good lighting and sound, but you don't have to be all this highly edited shit. People just want to see people again. So I'm hoping I can kind of ride that bandwagon, because at the end of the day, I simply do just want to entertain in whatever that looks like. Of course someone hit that sign. Of course I want, it would be great to be a creative writer on a series. That would be awesome. I could be a producer and, basically manage, a project and stuff, and that would be awesome. And then I can edit video, audio, whatever. So if I could get into that side, that'd be cool. So I have interest in everything, as long as it's in that industry, right? All of that creative aspect. But I don't have to be in front of the camera. But at the same time, I enjoy that. So that's what I'm hoping, YouTube can kind of help me with that. And maybe I can get a community and a following. And then through that, I can find other, not necessarily investors, but, just, I don't know, just find my place in life. I want to give back and I want to help the community, but I just don't know how I can do that while also not feeling stuck and trapped and just desolate. I don't know. It's really hard to describe the feeling, unless you yourself know it, so I don't know. This doesn't have to be long. I think I talked enough. I don't want to start rambling. That's certainly not something I want to do. So I think this will just be in its entirety. I'll try to cut out all my ums and shit. Yeah, that too. I'm going to try not to cuss too much. I cuss on my gaming channel, but I don't really cuss in front of other people unless you're really close to me. So, but yeah, so I hope, I don't know, I hope this was a genuine look into my life and who I am, and I'm excited to vlog and share that part of me. I have a lot of other ideas to, post and just create stuff and storytelling too. I have a few things that I would love to do. I just haven't. And hopefully now I can give myself the time to do it. It's a struggle personally, mentally, but that is my goal, and that will be my goal going into, New Year's resolution. It's really funny because everyone always scoffs at that, but I always do my New Year's resolutions because I don't set it for just the generic, it's the same thing. It's no, I want to do this, so I've stuck with it. It's been lifestyle changes for a lot of them. Unfortunately, COVID knocked out 3 of the things that I had added on, and now I have to get back into the habit, and I have to get back into that mentality. And recording is one of them, because I used to love recording, going to conventions and stuff and doing cosplay skits. My friends went to as well, and I've made new friends who are really excited to join us. And so yeah, things are, looking up. I just have to not let my career success or failure determine my existence. Like, it's not the end of the world to have to start over. I wrote a blog about that, and so if you want to read more about that, I'm sure I'll post that in the description. But yeah, I'm gonna go because I'm just talking in circles, and I'm sure I will cover this more in another video, because when you live with it and you ruminate, that's all you think about. But it's getting foggy in here because I'm talking so much. So I will go. This, I think, was successful. I will have to listen back to it and see if you could hear me. And if you can, I will post this. So let me know if this is okay. I will try to find a better angle. But obviously it can't be in front of, like, this is to the side. So the way my Honda is shaped, this is in a corner. So like where like the radio station would show. So it's not blocking anything important, and it's certainly not blocking my view. So I just have to make sure, obviously, safety is number one priority, and then a good shot, a good angle is. So, all right, so I'm gonna go. So remember, you are loved, you are worthy, and whatever you are struggling with today will pass. Until next time, stay crazy.